Resident Evil 9. Resident Evil Requiem. Well, let's just come out and say it. That is going to win Game of the Year. I don't think any other game will top Resident Evil Requiem this year, okay? Even if GTA 6 drops, which even for me, I'm very excited for that, okay? I'm very disappointed it got delayed. I expected it. Very disappointed nonetheless. But even if that game drops and I fucking love it, I love GTA 5, I love the whole GTA franchise, I will still die on this hill that Requiem deserves Game of the Year. Grace's voice actor, chef's fucking kiss, beautifully done. Everything about Requiem is beautifully done. Like, genuinely cannot think of a single negative thing about this game. I have very few games, okay? I'm easy to impress when it comes to games, I will say, but I can enjoy a game and it doesn't have this like lasting impact on me, and it's not something I'll think about in the future. But there's just something about Resident Evil as a whole where it just sticks with me, and I care so much about the lore and characters as if they're real. Call it parasocial, call it creepy, I don't care. Resident Evil feels like a real thing to me. I fucking love it. Leon Kennedy is hot, but that's neither here nor there. 9 is a 100 out of 10 game. Genuinely, I would recommend people buy it. If anyone asked me, I would recommend that shit in a heartbeat. Not only because of the voice acting, right? Of course, Grace blew it out the park. It felt real, but no horror game has ever gotten me scared as much as Resident freaking Evil 9 did. My butthole was clenched in several instances. Throughout the whole game. Audible screaming came from my body. I was panicking like a bitch when certain characters came out. Don't get me started on Timmy randomly coming through that damn door unexpectedly. Big bitch. What took me three of those like hemoglobin, whatever the fuck it was called. Those took me 3 or 4 of those bitches to kill him. But that's a whole nother thing. And the girl, I forgot her name. Shit, that tall ass thing that kidnapped that one chick, Emily. Absolutely fucking terrifying. I come out the room, that big bitch is staring me down in my face. Scared the fuck out of me. I'm getting chased throughout the whole entire psych ward or whatever it was. Holy shit, I was scared out of my mind playing that game. Turning corners, terrified. Darkness scared me. Everything about the atmosphere was beautifully done. The graphics, insane. Totally like a massive improvement from the other games. Holy shit, they went all out. And may I please say thank you to the women at Capcom who made Leon Kennedy. Thank you, women, who made that man look as good as he did, okay? I'm sorry. I'll goon to Leon. I'm so sorry, but that character design was great. And I mean, Grace's character design was phenomenal as well. Victor Gideon, scary as shit. His voice actor, creepy as hell. Like, that man sent shivers down my spine listening to him. And I love the contrasting gameplay. At first, you know, I'm so used to playing like Leon Kennedy, and I love playing Leon Kennedy in RE2, right? I love him, and I thought I was gonna play as him for the most part. But I actually, you know, I was a little upset when I had to play as Grace. But you know what? I gave that shit a chance, and I'm so glad I did, because playing as Grace was fun. It was challenging. I played on standard classic, so there were times where I forgot to save and I had to restart from very early points, unfortunately. But you know what? It's okay. It gave me a challenge. So there was that. That was really fun, challenging myself like that. But then having to like actually think about what to have in my inventory, the things to craft, because I didn't have a lot of space. Yeah, that was something to deal with. But I liked the challenge, and quite frankly, I really enjoyed that the zombies had a personality. Okay, so they actually had like voice lines and dialogue, which I found really great. It was different from the typical, you know, zombies that make the noise and whatever. Like, you could actually hear, like, you had one who really hated light, you had another who hates the noise, and you had other ones that were like the big bitches who were yelling and screaming about God knows what. And it was like, wow, I felt so immersed in the experience, and I think it added an extra layer that I really enjoyed, okay? And don't get me started, like I said, on that contrast between gameplay. Like, you play as Grace, who, you know, she is an FBI agent, but she's not as confident. She's still new in her career. She's dealing like with something that she hasn't dealt with before. So, like, Leon's a veteran, okay? We can expect Leon to be how he is. Grace, she's new to this. This is different. She's fucking scared, and it's very realistic. Like, she was a very realistic and refreshing character to play from Leon, and that is why I enjoyed her so much. The puzzles, challenging, fun, engaging. I would sit there and tell myself, I'm gonna stop here. Never stopped, continued playing. In fact, I beat the game after sitting there for 12 hours straight one day playing because I couldn't put that shit down. That was how addictive it was. And yeah, like with Grace, you're playing an inexperienced character who's not used to this shit. So you could see that really shine in the acting and in the gameplay, which it was nice. But then you also got the chance to play as Leon, where you have the fucking corny little one-liners he likes to hit, and of course he's a fucking veteran, so he's slaughtering zombies, hitting those crazy ass, oh my god, I'm actually like getting excited just talking about it, but you can see him hitting the crazy melee, shooting, jumping on the zombies, and fucking using the hatchet on their heads and shit, and just man, oh freaking man. It was such a fun contrast being able to play like Grace and then going on to Leon, and like you got more space, of course. You got a lot of space as Leon, a lot more weapons and opportunities to grab things. And something I really, really noticed that was different from the rest of the Resident Evil games is that killing zombies is actually rewarding. Okay, killing zombies, they'll drop like ammo and other items. It depends. It's random, I believe. But they'll drop items, and then they will also spill out blood that you collect with the blood sample collector that Grace has. So it gives you that chance to kill zombies and earn stuff from it. So I really liked that element. You don't really see that in the other Resident Evil games. You just kind of kill the zombies and that's that. You kill it because you needed to. It's for survival. But this one, you kill them because it's rewarding and you should do it so that you can upgrade. And that is how Leon works. For Leon, killing zombies, you get a tracker, and with that tracker, you are able to accumulate points for killing zombies and doing these other things. You can collect the modules for it, whatever. And you use those currencies to buy guns, upgrade stuff, add attachments, and buy ammo. So that was really fun. It made it amazing to like kill the zombies, and it was cool. My aim was shit because I was playing on PlayStation, right? I don't play on console when it comes to games that require shooting, okay? I play PC, but I played on PlayStation. It was a little hard for me at times, but I still did it. I still killed zombies, upgraded everything in terms of guns, fun times. And then with Grace, like I said, when you kill zombies, they drop stuff for you, and then you can collect their blood samples, and that is used for crafting. I liked the way that they did the crafting mechanisms. I loved the way they had the upgrade system and that kind of reward system going on, and the story. Dare I say, most amazing story ever. And oh my god, the callbacks. The callbacks to all the other Resident Evil characters and events hyped me up so bad. I was giggling like a schoolgirl. I'm a grown-ass woman. I was giggling like a fucking schoolgirl, just like remembering, oh, this is from that Resident Evil. This is from this lore. This is from that lore. Holy shit, they actually called back. Like, I love Resident Evil for the fact that it is like one big franchise that actually has a cohesive story, and they bring back characters, mention them, and build stories and lives around them. Hello, Leon is fucking married. Who to? I would love to know. Cool shit. And then, you know, we got a little bit of a name drop of a beloved character. I'm not gonna say who. I don't want to give too much away, trying not to spoil anything, but we get a nice name drop that we know and love. We get several characters that are mentioned, and we get to go into a little bit of a setting here, a certain setting that is very, very distinct and we remember. And Leon even, oh my gosh, it's so sad. He even reminisces, you know, he has PTSD and he has this, like, his whole mission is pretty much to put a stop to everything and redeem himself from RE2 and everything like that when he couldn't save everyone. So he has like these moments of remorse and PTSD and whatnot in this complex of I need to save everyone, which is deep, like emotionally, everything hits emotionally. And don't get me started. There was a little something that happened that got me genuinely crying. And I was sitting there, mouth wide open, going, what the fuck just happened? Oh my God, what just happened? Like, there was a moment there. I'm not going to, again, spoil anything, but I feel like that pretty much encompasses the Resident Evil 9 experience. I recommend that everyone play it. I really do. Even if you're not someone who's played the other Resident Evil games, which I encourage you to. Like, I beat 9 and RE2. Right now I'm on RE Village, okay? So the reason I'm playing it out of order is because I already know the whole entire lore of the games. I've watched other people play it. I've like read up on the lore and I'm just now playing it on my own. So I understand the lore, which is why I don't really care to play it in order. But like, I encourage anyone who's never played Resident Evil, which how could you not, but anyone who hasn't, play all the games and definitely play RE9. It is so good. I will glaze this to the day I die. Again, Grace's voice actor needs to win Voice Actor of the Year. She needs to get awards for her performance. Fucking the game needs to get Game of the Year. It satisfied everything I needed to satisfy. And like I said, when it comes to games, I'm pretty easily like, I don't really hate games easily. Like, you have to really make a shitty product for me to hate something. Say, like, give Marathon, for example. I think that game is ass. That's a horrible game. My apologies if you enjoy that shit, but that is not a good game in my opinion. Same with, like, Avowed. Avowed is a mediocre game, but that's just me. I think it is, it's really hard for me to hate a game, but, like, it's hard for a game to make me feel the way I do now with RE9. The only other game that has made me feel so satisfied is Elden Ring. Elden Ring is my all-time favorite game in the whole world, next to Resident Evil as like a franchise and GTA as a franchise. Those are like the top 3 games for me that satisfy me so much that I would go back and play over and over again. No other game makes me feel that way. So this one, like, I'm already getting into my next playthrough again, and I'm going to be playing it in insanity mode. I will keep playing Resident Evil Requiem until I get all the trophies. I have 50% of the trophies, all right? So my goal is to get the other 50%. That is how much I love this game. I'll play this shit over again, over and over again. So yes, that is my review right there. Buy it right now.